Hello everybody, my name is Ryan or MandRproductions, and welcome to the top 10 LEGO Star Wars The Clone Wars sets. The Clone Wars line was originally started way back in 2008 with the release of the Star Wars The Clone Wars movie and has been continued to this day. So with this episode of Top 10, we're going to be counting down the top 10 Clone Wars sets. Of course, if you guys could drop a like on the video if you enjoyed, that would be greatly appreciated. If your opinion on the top 10 list differs from mine, go ahead and comment down below and let me know. And if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel because I make a lot of great videos. Starting out with number 10, and probably very controversially at number 10, we have the 8014 Clone Walker Battle Pack. It was released in January of 2009 at the price of $9.99. Of course, over its lifetime, the price went up to $10.99 and eventually $11.99, but I'm putting it at $9.99 because that was the original price and what I paid for most of them, I think. So, very, very cool set. Included 4 minifigures, 3 regular clone troopers, and 1 clone gunner. A very, very cool set. The box art is pretty bland, honestly, but it's kind of this nostalgic look to me. Really brings me back to the early days of clone army building. The walker itself is another classic design that a lot of people really like. I like that it can have 2 clones in it. You can put 1 clone up higher and 1 clone down below, but what it's lacking is any sort of control panels there. There's no printed tile, not even a sticker. The 2 Republic symbols that are on both sides of the walker are stickers, so those are pretty cool. It's a nice little detail to have included in there. The accessory pack that you get, you can turn one of your clone troopers into a commander clone trooper, so you can give them a waist cape and a pauldron and some kind of visor or floodlight, whatever you want to do, an antenna. So pretty cool. Back to the walker real quick. The legs are posable and there are flick fire missiles on the sides. So a couple of nice features there with a small build. Let's go ahead and move on to number 9. And at number 9, we have the 7959 Geonosian Starfighter, released in the summer of 2011. I still remember picking this thing up at Toys R Us for $29.99. Had 155 pieces and 3 minifigures. 3 minifigures were Ki-Adi-Mundi, who was brand new and very, very cool. I think this is still the only set we ever got Ki-Adi-Mundi in. Then we had Commander Cody and a newly designed Geonosian. So this is a really cool set at the time. Of course, we got the Geonosian cannon later on, but this was the Geonosian Starfighter standalone. The main features of the Geonosian Starfighter included the ability to drop a bomb out of the bottom of the Starfighter. The gun in the middle of the Starfighter is, has a left to right range of motion, so you can move it left and right. And then, of course, the cockpit up top you can open up and place in your Geonosian, so you can have him flying it around. So it's a really neatly designed Geonosian Starfighter. I really like the curves on it. I think they did a good job getting the shape together. I think it looks better than the original Episode 2 version of the Geonosian Starfighter that LEGO had way back in 2002, 2003-ish. So a very, very neat design, very cool set. The minifigure selection is great. Ki-Adi-Mundi was a great inclusion in this set, and it's at number 9. At number 8, we have another nostalgic set for me. I still remember seeing the leaks of this thing when it first came out and printing out the picture of the confidential picture and hanging it up on my wall because I thought it was so cool. It's the 7748 Corporate Alliance Tank Droid from summer 2009. It was $24.99, had 216 pieces and 4 pretty cool minifigures. Of course, 2 of them were just normal battle droids, but the other 2 were jetpack clone troopers, so very awesome. They had, at the time, a brand new jetpack design on them, a brand new jetpack mold, and it was a really awesome jetpack, and it still is awesome today. It really holds up today. Other than that, they were normal clone troopers, though, and you could take off the jetpack and they would be just normal clone troopers. The Corporate Alliance Tank Droid, however, was a very, very nice design. This, of course, was the first one in the gray colors. We got one back in 2005 that was kind of blue and orange, and it was an odd color scheme from Episode 3. But this one was in the traditional colors, and it had printed pieces on the sides there. You can see very, very detailed, and this was the only Corporate Alliance Tank Droid that ever had that, which makes it really cool. It was just a really good design, and then of course you had this extra little accessory that you could make the jetpack troopers fly up in the air by hitting it. It was a very, very cool set. Let's take a look at number 7. Number 7 on my top 10 list is the 8018 Armored Assault Tank, or AAT for short. It came out in January of 2009 for $50 US, had 470 pieces and 6 minifigures. The minifigures were a regular battle droid, so not too special there, but the 3 super battle droids that we got were of the rocket arm form, and that is really awesome. Those rocket arms are really cool, really awesome. It allows them to basically shoot grenades out of their arms. It's from the Clone Wars movie. Very, very cool. And then we got a brand new Clone Wars Yoda as well as a Clone Wars Clone Trooper. So great minifigure selection in a set like this. The AAT itself is very, very nicely designed. It's very big. It's got great coloring on it. I love the dark blue with the light bluish gray. I think LEGO did a good job mixing colors on this set to make it look accurate. The gun on the top can spin 360 degrees. The guns on the sides can do the same. And then, of course, you have the interior of the AAT, which I don't have a picture of, but it has like a little extra, transport speeder that you can pull out and then have your battle droid drive around. So very, very awesome set with lots of cool little features. And at number 6, we have the 7675 ATTE Walker from summer 2008. This one was released just as the Clone Wars series, or Clone Wars movie came out. Had 798 pieces, $90, and I believe 6 minifigures. We had Anakin Skywalker, Ahsoka Tano, a regular battle droid, Captain Rex, and a regular clone trooper. So a pretty nice selection of minifigures in this set. Oh, and of course Rada. How could you forget Rada the Hutt, the smallest Hutt member? Really, really cool set. Came with the blue staff with the battle droid. The front of the ATTE could open up, allowing you to put in your clone trooper. Of course, you had the gun on top, and then lots of interior space on this ATTE. It was absolutely massive. You were able to put clone troopers in there. You could put your Jedi in there. However you wanted to do it. The weapons on the back are opposable. They can spin around. So another cool thing is up underneath the front top guns of the ATTE, there were actually the larger rubber spring-loaded missiles, if you guys know what I'm talking about. And if you push down on it, they would just come shooting out. So that was a really cool feature of this 2008 ATTE. At number 5, we have the 7964 Republic Frigate from 2011. It was $119, included 1,015 pieces, and 5 pretty unique and cool minifigures. Those minifigures were Clone Commander Wolf, Wolfpack Clone Trooper, Eth Koth, Quinlan Vos, and Yoda. The only returning minifigure I think from previous sets was Yoda. All the other ones were exclusive to this set, and I don't think have ever been released in another set since. So very, very cool. Eth Koth, Quinlan Vos, 2 very unique and cool Jedi to include in a set like this. And then, of course, the Wolfpack Trooper and Commander Wolf himself. Very, very awesome. Great inclusions in a set like this. This had lots of features, including the escape pod. You could drop it out of the front of the ship. It was a very nicely designed escape pod. It was very well built, very easy to use. And then some of the interior workings, like some of the bombs you can see in there as well. You can open it up. The landing gear is really solid. And of course, there's a carrying handle allowing you to carry the ship wherever you want to carry it. At number 4, I have the 7676 Republic Attack Gunship. It was released in summer 2008 for $119.99, had 1,034 pieces and 7 minifigures. Those minifigures were Obi-Wan Kenobi, Plo Koon, Asajj Ventress, Commander Cody, and 2 regular clone troopers. So a great minifigure selection. The minifigures look great. Out of the front of the gunship, you could release this command post, which is really cool looking. Of course, on the top of the gunship, you have these 2 areas where you can put some pilots. Unfortunately, there were no clone pilots included in this set, just regular clone troopers. And then on the bottom there, where the main lake holding area is, you can actually put the speeder in there that is included with the set, as well as whatever clone troopers you want to put in there. A lot of people modded that to actually fit more clone troopers by putting down plates and removing those plate tile combo pieces. The turrets at the front are really cool, as well as the bubble turrets on the sides of the wings, and I think the engines at the top. I mean, it's a great overall set. Had flick fire missiles at the top if you wanted to use those. So a pretty stellar set all around. It's a great gunship. Of course, only eclipsed by the 2013 gunship, but that's not Clone Wars. At number 3, I have the 8098 Clone Turbo Tank, released in summer 2010. It was released for $119.99 in the US, 1,141 pieces were included, and 6 minifigures being Cad Bane, Ayla Secura, Anakin Skywalker, Ahsoka Tano, and 2 regular clone troopers. This was an absolutely stellar LEGO set. It had lots of awesome features. Of course, it came with this mini walker as well. The minifigures were absolutely stellar. Cad Bane, Ayla Secura, 2 great looking minifigs included with with this set. Lots of cool features on the turbo tank. The front, of course, had an area where you could put your pilots for the turbo tank. Of course, you could put minifigures in the middle area. You could also store your walker in the middle area. You could fold it up and it fit in there nicely. And then the wheels, of course, were greatly designed. Major upgrade from the 2005 version of the turbo tank. They were very sturdy. There's a carrying handle on top, allowing you to carry this wherever you want, even though it rolls everywhere. And then, of course, in the back, you have a turret where you can put your clone trooper up on, and, of course, more space for other stuff in the back as well. So a very awesome set. It had a great design. It was very large, a great value for the money. So a very awesome set in general at number 3. At number 2, I have the 8039 Venator class Republic attack cruiser, released in the summer of 09 for $119.99 in the US. Had 1,170 pieces and 5 minifigures, being Palpatine, 2 Republic Senate Commando Troopers, a clone gunner, and a clone pilot. This is an absolutely stellar design for a Venator Republic attack cruiser. I mean, just the integration of the carrying handle in this set alone is absolutely amazing. The interior allows you to have Palpatine at his desk, which is really cool. Of course, there's also a clone turret that you can open up the side of the Venator and have pop out. Lots of room for storage for bombs as well in this thing that you can drop out of the bottom. And then there are turrets on the top side of it. Very, very good design. You can see just the coloring on it, I think, is really good. The red stripe goes well down the middle. And again, I can't stress enough, the carrying handle works great. And there's also something else in the back. There's an escape pod in the back that I don't have a picture of, but there is an escape pod hidden away in the back that you can put a minifigure in and have slide on out of the ship. So a very, very awesome set. Of course, also comes with the Death Star plans, I believe. It's got a very cool printed piece there. And finally, at number 1, we have the 10195 Republic Dropship with ATOT from 2009. Cost $250, 1,758 pieces, and 8 minifigures. You got 2 clone pilots and 6 regular clone troopers. This is obviously my favorite Star Wars The Clone Wars set. I don't know if it's your guys' favorite, but it's clear it's definitely my favorite, far and away. It has the ability to pick up the ATOT and release it wherever you want. The ATOT itself has a stellar design, allowing you to fit, I believe it had room for like 10 or 12 clone troopers on top. It had a lot of seats, and then of course you could fit more with standing room. And then the Republic Dropship itself is a great design, very sturdy. It's got a carrying handle on top, allowing you to carry both it and the ATOT with the ATOT attached to it. So it was a very strong build. Of course, you can fit the pilot on the top there. So the other cool thing about it was it worked well with the 2008 ATTE that I mentioned earlier in this video. It could actually pick that one up with a very simple mod to that ATTE. All you had to do was pull the carrying handle up from your 2008 ATTE, move the little thing down by one space, and then it was good to go. I know that's a little bit hard for me to explain in words, but it's a lot easier when you see what the design of the two are. You know, you could figure it out. So that is my list of the top 10 Star Wars The Clone Wars Lego sets. Let me know what you guys think about it. Is your list a little bit different? Do you think I should have put the Anakin's Y-Wing and Republic Attack Shuttle on there? They were close, very close to making the list. That's why they're in the picture. I almost put them on there. Anakin's Y-Wing, if it wasn't for that Clone Walker Battle Pack, would have definitely been on there. So that is the top 10 Star Wars Clone Wars sets. If you guys enjoyed, leave a like down below. Comment down below again if you have anything to say about the video, and subscribe if you haven't already so there's more future LEGO videos. I will see you on the next one. Peace out.